It was 1994, the middle of a dark theater in a Las Vegas hotel showroom. An 11-year-old boy sitting in the cushy seat, and for the last 45 minutes he had just seen a cavalcade of variety performers blow his mind. Acrobats, singers, dancers, the whole 9 yards. But then it happened. A spotlight, stage left, and the most elegant Japanese magician strolled onto the stage, as if he knew what was about to happen. For the next 15 to 20 minutes, this very well-known Japanese magician named Shimada amazed that room. Doves appearing from nowhere, scarves and fallards, cards. It was stupendous. And so that 11-year-old boy did what a lot of 11-year-old boys would have done after that show, and he begged his parents to take him to the magic shop. This was 1994, so after enough begging, his mother went back up to the room, and next to the Gideon Bible in the drawer was the Yellow Pages. And they looked up a magic shop. There was one not too far away. The next day, they hopped in the rental car, and they drove to the strip center where the magic shop was. This 11-year-old threw open the door, ran up, found the suite number, looked down, and his shoulders sank because the window was boarded up, the door was locked, and there was a sign indicating that the shop had closed. Up to that point, I had never been more disappointed. See, it was also a summer in Las Vegas, about 108 degrees. And I hadn't felt the heat until I saw that the shop was closed. Then the sweating started, and then the 11-year-old preteen sulking started. And I sweated and sulked back to the rental car, very disappointed. And I remember thinking to myself, something really cool almost just happened. Well, we drove back to the hotel. We were staying at the Riviera, which no longer exists. We walked into the Riviera lobby, my sister and I being very careful to stay on the right colored carpet so as not to be sucked into the abyss or black hole of the casino slots and table games. And we almost get back to the bank of elevators, and I look up. I'm pretty sure there was a light shining down from heaven too, but I look up and I see this sign, big, bright, white block letters on a black field, magic shop. I was ecstatic. Not only was there a magic shop in the very hotel we were staying, it actually turned out it was the exact same magic shop we had just tried to find. It had only recently moved to the hotel. That turned out to be a defining experience in my life. Now, many years later, I was working with a marketing consulting client and telling him this story. And he was struggling to grow his business, and we were talking about value proposition and messaging, and somehow this story just popped in my mind, and I had this realization. For most of us as business leaders, maybe for you as a business leader, you think you have a messaging problem or a value proposition problem, or maybe you're just not explaining things right for your prospect to get them to become a client. But what I realized in that moment was it's not that we have a value proposition problem, it's that we have an experience problem. You see, oftentimes we spend so much time explaining things to our prospects, expecting them to understand what we innately have internalized and we understand, that they'll become a client. If we just tell them enough, if they just understand enough, if we just explain it a little bit better. But the reality is explaining just leads to chasing after prospects. Because think about it, when you're told something, when something's explained to us, we forget it. And we have to be told again. And then we have to be told again and again and again. And pretty soon that becomes chasing. And I'll tell you something that you already know. Your prospects do not want to be chased. You don't want to be chased. We want to be drawn to the people that we want to work with. We want to be attracted to them. So what is it that does that? Experience. We don't forget experiences. They're locked into our memory. They're special. The problem is, and the catch around experience is that experience is subjective. See, experience is not what actually happens. Experience is what one perceived happened. And that becomes a problem. Because the experience we want our prospects and our clients to get is that they're going to get massive value from us. But value is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. Value is not created by what you do or what you say or even what you deliver. I submit that value is not even created until someone perceives it. You can't compel a particular perception. You can't force a belief. You can't manufacture trust. But what you can do is create the conditions and shape the journey that someone has that leads them to a remarkable and memorable experience. Now, up to now, I've been doing a lot of explaining. So let's turn this into an experience. Let's have some fun. I want everybody to do this with me. Go ahead and pull out your phones. Pull out your phones, and I want you to go to your calculator. And when you've got your calculator open, just show me the zeros on your calculators. We'll do this together. Perfect. Now, together, we're going to create a pretty big random number. And I'm going to point at some people in the audience. And as we go, just know that nothing was prearranged. I didn't pay these people in advance to say certain things. This is all real. Mark, we'll start with you. We haven't had a chance to even meet before. I really enjoyed your presentation earlier. Thank you. Mark, you're going to start us off. We need a 3-digit number, any 3 digits. These can be meaningful numbers or they can be completely random numbers. It's up to you. If you do choose meaningful numbers, though, make them really meaningful. Maybe the 3-digit security code on the back of a favorite credit card, something like that. Okay? Yeah, 3 digits. 921. Very good. And we need a big number, so we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply. Let's see, Darren, 2-digit number. Any 2 digits you would like, sir? 77. Perfect. So 921 times 77. We're going to hit multiply again. Sonia, another 2-digit number, if you would. Any 2 digits? 91. Perfect. 91. So right now we have 921 times 77 times 91. Yes? Very good. Jeff, I want you to think back to your childhood, to a happy childhood memory. You don't have to tell us what it is, but think back to a happy childhood memory. Do you have one? Yes. Yes, very good. Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate you playing along, Jeff. How old were you in that memory? We just need a 1-digit number. And you were 11. That's fine. We can do 11. That's fine. So everybody type in times 11. And everybody hit equals. Now that's a pretty big number, but not quite big enough. We have Cindy here sitting in the front. Can you scoot over here just for a second? Does everybody have 70,987,000 and some change at this point? Very good. You don't worry about it. Well, you can play along with me, Cindy. It's okay. I want you to hit the plus sign, because if we multiplied now, we'd blow up the phones. So plus. Cindy, we need to make sure this is completely random, okay? So I just hit plus. I'm going to turn the phone this way. I just want you to hit the keypad. We have 8 digits. We'll add 9 more. We need a big number. All right, so Cindy, just hit 9 digits there.
Anywhere?
Yeah, right on the keypad. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. To the number that you have, add these numbers. And Cindy, make sure I'm reading this correctly. Okay. Add 155, 272, 489.
Correct.
Would you hit equals?
Yes.
And you see that new number?
Yes.
I'm going to take a picture of it just like that. Okay?
Yep.
Very, very good. If everybody hit equals, you should have 226 million and some change, yes? I wanted to create an experience that's special to this group in this moment of time. There's no way we could have possibly known any of the numbers, but this number is not just any number. Look at it closely. Look, it's today's date, 2/26/26, and right now it's exactly 4:06 in the afternoon. Take a picture. That's the power of experience. You see, we'll let it sink in a little bit more. It's all right. That's the power of experience, right? Through a series of small actions, you all had a perception that created this remarkable feeling that you have right now. Anybody get a little chills around that? Yeah. Think about that. With a calculator and just multiplying and adding some numbers, the room got chills. Why is that? It's because our perception is incredibly powerful. And when we design powerful experiences, we can create that kind of environment for our prospects and for our clients and for our employees. You see, a lot of people think magic is about deception, and there is some of that. But what magic is really about, it's about designing perception that lead to remarkable experiences. And you can do the same thing in your business. It's not magic. I want to share with you a universal framework that actually was developed at the very beginning of my business around springtime of 2020. You all remember what that time was like. It was incredibly, so much uncertainty. Talk about growing in chaos. There was tons of chaos. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to act. We didn't know how to treat people. People were losing loved ones. People in this room lost loved ones because of COVID. It was a tough, tough time. But people still needed to do business. And I was starting a marketing consulting firm. People still needed to grow. So I developed this framework really for myself. And then I realized I could use it for my clients. And I've used it in tons of different industries. And then I've been teaching my clients how to use this framework as well. It's a framework for you to build value-filled experiences for anybody. Clients, prospects, friends, families, employees, it doesn't matter. Now today, I'm going to specifically talk about it in the terms of transforming prospects into clients. And it starts with, it's 3 C's. It's very, very simple. And these 3 C's are things that people want whenever they're trying to solve a problem, overcome a challenge, or take advantage of an opportunity. They want these 3 things. They want to experience these things. Number 1, clarity. Before you can take action and move forward, you got to have some level of clarity. Clarity replaces confusion. When someone has clarity, they're more likely to want to move forward. There's 2 things you want to give them clarity around. 1, their problem. And sometimes they think they know what their problem is, but it's not really that. So you as the expert have to give them clarity around what their problem really is. 2, they have to have clarity around your solution. Give them clarity around their problem and your solution. And basically what that means is we're giving them a plan, a program, an approach. If you can let them see and feel and touch and even internalize that plan, that program, they're much more likely to move forward with you. The second C is confidence. When it comes to confidence and the level of confidence someone has, that will dictate the speed of the conversion. That will dictate the speed of the sale. The more confidence someone has in what I'm about to share with you, the faster they will convert. Confidence replaces caution because they don't need caution anymore. They're confident. What do we make them confident in? We want them to be confident in your solution and, maybe most importantly, in their ability to implement it successfully. One of the best ways to create the experience of confidence in your prospects is to let them have your offering and go ahead and get results from it before they make a meaningful commitment. If you can provide your offering and let them get results from it before the commitment, that's going to give them massive confidence. The third C is control. Before someone moves forward, they've got to have control. They want to know they have control. Control replaces chaos. We all are business owners. You've experienced this. Chaos comes and goes. When we feel in control, we feel like we could take on the world. Your prospects are the same. We want to empower them with a new ability or a new capability. Think of a superhero getting their powers. Always happens in the movies. They do this montage thing, right? The superhero finds out their powers and they're trying everything. They feel like they can take on the world. Then they do. That's what we want to turn our prospects into, to superheroes. Give them control over a process that has previously eluded them. 2 ways to give them control that matter. Give them control over a process that has eluded them or performance that they haven't been able to achieve before. A process that has eluded them, or empower them to get the desired results that they've been seeking. By applying clarity, confidence, and control, it'll feel like magic to them, but you're just giving them a memorable and extraordinary experience they can latch onto. Thanks to my parents, I left that magic shop with a bag of tricks. I was more excited about that moment and spending time in the magic shop than I was even getting my first kiss. That should tell you everything you need to know about my middle school and high school years. But I left with a bag of magic tricks, and that changed my life. That bag, figuratively, sometimes literally, have stayed with me since that 11-year-old summer. And I remember going back to the hotel room and spending a couple hours performing a particular trick until I had the courage to share it with my parents. And I don't know if they knew how I made the green handkerchief disappear, but they acted amazed. And in so doing, they gave me a gift of a lifetime. Because you see, when I was watching Shimada perform all those miracles and all those tricks, that was amazing. But that wasn't what hooked me. It wasn't the tricks. It was the feeling. It was the experience I got. And when my parents acted amazed, I got to give them that gift of that same experience of wonder and astonishment and mystery. Many years later, I'd come to realize you can't make someone feel wonder. You can't make them be astonished. You can't make them have the experience of mystery. But as a magician, you can craft that magic moment and let the audience's imagination and perceptions do the rest. The same is true for me now as a speaker and consultant and coach. And the same is true for you, regardless of who you serve or how you serve them. You can't make someone have a meaningful, value-filled experience, but you can absolutely create the conditions that make one not just possible, but probable, and maybe even virtually inevitable. So I encourage you, develop extraordinary experiences for your prospects, for your clients, for your employees. Persuasion and explanation will only take you so far when it comes to business growth. Focus on designing perception and creating those experiences. Those experiences can happen anywhere we are. Never underestimate the power of a properly designed experience, whether it's in a dark theater in a Las Vegas showroom or on the third floor of the Park and Market building here at UC San Diego. Thank you.